Greetings children. This is an ALS based project portfolio. This is for class 12 CBC students. This project is based on a TV documentary. So how to make a project based on any podcast, TV interview or documentary? The first thing you have to notice is it should be telecasted by an authorized channel. Here I took the frontline documentary on AI, artificial intelligence. So a project based on TV documentary. It is ASL project for class 12. It's only a model project. You don't copy this project as it is. You can make your own project by watching any documentary, interview or podcast of length of around 25 minutes or 40 minutes. And this is an ALS project portfolio. ALS is the new name for ASL, Assessment of Listening and Speaking Test. The first page of the project should be, in the first line, write your school name. Then give ALS project portfolio based on TV documentary. Then give your name, class, roll number, register number. Then you can add a quotation related with the topic you have chosen. Look at the quotation here. We must address individually and collectively moral and ethical issues raised by cutting-edge research in artificial intelligence and biotechnology, which will enable significant life extension, designer babies, and memory extraction, said by Klaus Schwab. With this quotation, we completed the first page of the ALS project. This is the title page, ALS project portfolio. Then give the title of your project. Here the title is a documentary exploring how artificial intelligence is changing life as we know it, from jobs to privacy and the future prospects of it. A project done by, then give your name there. This is the second page or title page of your project. Let's move. Next page, objectives of the project. Write a detailed aims of your project. Look at here. A project study based on the documentary streamed by Frontline, the research wing of PBS, Public Broadcasting Services US, on artificial intelligence. The US-China competition in the developing AI and automation technologies. So this project is based on this topic, development of artificial intelligence and the competition between the two giants in the field of artificial intelligence, the US and China. Look at the next. The project looks into new trends in artificial intelligence and its implications in our work and privacy matters. This project also focuses on the need for change of perception and development of new skills for the age of machine learning. AI is going to control our economy, transportation, medical diagnostics, business, and it has started revolutionizing industry, brought the formation of surveillance society, and so on. This study focuses on the necessity to take steps to cultivate creative and critical thinking capacity in our new-gen children to face the new challenges in the era of AI. So whenever you choose one documentary or interview or podcast, it should be some relevance with the current affairs and developments that will help you personally and the society as the whole. Let's move. The next page is Certificate of Completion. This project work titled A Documentary Exploring How Artificial Intelligence is Changing Life as We Know It, from Jobs to Privacy and the Future Prospects of It, has been carried out by the guidance and instructions of. Then write your teacher's name there and the school. Then mentor and guide. Repeat your teacher's name there for the signature and get signed from him or her. Next, action plan. What are the things that you have done for carrying out this project? The entire project has been fulfilled following different steps and consultation with the teachers, experts and peers, and with reference to visual media. The project aims at achieving a clear understanding of the present scenario of development of artificial intelligence and its growth and resulted competition between the USA and China. For the project, I listened to the documentary film produced by Frontline, the research wing of PBS, Public Broadcasting Services, USA, and critically evaluated the proceedings in it. I also heard a few documentaries on AI and read the book on algorithms and machine language. Through this, I have acquired a good proficiency in listening to native speakers. AI 2041, authored by Chen Qufan, is another source of ideas. Then I summed up the core ideas in the documentary, analyzed the data collected from different sources, and found out certain immediate steps to be taken to compete with the new challenges. This is the action plan I have done for this project that you have to explain in the page of action plan. Let's move. Material evidences. The links of documentaries I watched and listened to. First, In the Age of AI, full film, casted by Frontline, its link. Then second, Artificial Intelligence and Algorithms, Pros and Cons, DW documentary. This is a German-based television. Its link. Next, AI 2041, written by Chen Qufan, a book on artificial intelligence assets and its future prospects. Then the important part, project report. This is the main part of your project. Look at the report. Frontline investigates the promise and the perils of AI and automation, tracing a new industrial revolution that will reshape and disrupt our world and allow the emergence of a surveillance society. Advances in artificial intelligence, AI, are leading to fundamental changes in the way we live. Algorithms can already detect Parkinson's disease and cancer and control both cars and aircrafts. How will AI change our society in the future and its impact on work, and what precautions we should take to meet the future needs are the core idea behind this documented film. So, in the first paragraph itself, you have to give a total summary of the documentary or interview or podcast. That is the first thing you have to do. Next page. This documentary journeys to the hotspots of AI research in the USA and China and looks at the revolutionary developments which are currently taking place. The rapid growth of AI offers many opportunities but also many dangers. It will make the world of work more efficient and many professions superfluous. Algorithms can decide whether to grant loans, who is an insurance risk, and how good employees are. So these are some of the benefits of the development of AI in different sectors that the documentary explains. Look at the next paragraph. But there is a huge problem. Humans can no longer comprehend how algorithms arrive at their decisions. This is a challenge for the coming generation of people. How does this machine come to that conclusion? We can't think. That is the greatest challenge human has to face. And another big problem is AI's capacity for widespread surveillance. The Chinese city of Rockcheng is already using an AI-supported social credit system to monitor and assess its citizens. Does AI pose a danger to our personal freedoms or democracy? Which decision can we leave to the algorithms and which we want to? And what are AI's social implications? These are some of the questions that arises with the development of artificial intelligence. And which things we have to give it to the machine to decide and which things we have to keep ourselves for our own privacy. These questions arising with the development of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Let's move. Let us check how does AI work. Google's AlphaGo was a computer program that based on the Chinese Go board game, starting with the rules of Go and a database of historical games, had been designed to teach itself. So this AlphaGo, a computer program based on a Chinese game around 4,000 years back, China and Korea, Japan, like these countries used to play this Go board game. It provides a lot of movements for the players. Millions of movements you can made in the board. Something like a chess board, but more probability and possibilities for movement than in a chess board. Based on that game, the Google AlphaGo program developed the language. So what happens with machine learning, artificial intelligence, initially with AlphaGo, is that the machine is fed all kinds of Go games and then it studied them, learned from them and figures out its own moves. So this language AlphaGo developed by feeding all types of the games with it, and then the machine studied them, learned from them and figure out new movements from the fed data. And because it is an AI system, it's not just following instructions, it's figuring out its own instructions. This is the difference. AI can produce its own instructions by analyzing the already fed data. It comes up with moves that humans hadn't thought of before. So it studies games that humans have played, it knows the rules and then it comes up with creative moves. The feeder data teach itself how to predict an outcome. This is what happened with the computer program AlphaGo. Once millions of movements that human can made feed it in the computer, and finally with that data computer is enabled to form its own movement. In that way the computer defeated the champion of Go board game. Because the computer made its own movements by analyzing the data that already fed in it. Let us move on to the next page. This documentary is divided into three parts. The first part is China has a plan. China would catch up with the US in artificial intelligence by 2025 and lead the world by 2030. China intensified cooperation in frontier areas such as digital economy, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, and quantum computing. Today, China leads the world in e-commerce. Drones deliver to rural villages, and a society that bypassed credit cards now shops in stores without cashiers, where the currency is facial recognition. So in China, now this credit cards become a thing of the past. Now they use the facial recognition technique to pay their bills. No country has ever moved that fast. And in a short 2.5 years, China's AI implementation really went from a minimal amount to probably around 17 or 18 unicorns, that is billion-dollar companies in AI today. And that progress is hard to believe. Look at the next page. Data is the new fuel of the era of artificial intelligence. AI is basically run on data and fueled by data. The more data, the better AI works. More importantly than how brilliant the researcher is working on the problem. So in the age of AI, where data is the new oil, China is the new Saudi Arabia because it provides the oil, the data to the entire world. And access to all that data means that the deep learning algorithm can quickly predict behavior, like the credit worthiness of someone wanting a short-term loan. And this technology, deep learning algorithm can easily predict the capability of a person and his repayment capacity. The computer can judge. The story of facial recognition startup began in China was another big step for the country. The startup company McVie was started by 3 young graduates in 2011. It's now a world leader in using AI to identify people. That's why in Beijing today you can pay for your KFC within a smile. That is the development in facial recognition technology happened in China. You need not carry any credit cards with you. You just go in front of the shop and give a smile. Your money will be credited for the thing you bought from there. That much development happened. Go to the next page. In the second part, the promise, it says, algorithm thinking and peak findings should be practiced with our children in schools to compete themselves with the new age of AI and automation. This is an analysis of the second part. Problem solving and analytical skills of them should be boosted. So what is the need of the new gen children? At MIT's Artificial Intelligence Lab, Massachusetts Information Technology College, in their Artificial Intelligence Lab, Professor Regin Bersilia uses deep learning. Deep learning is large neural networks to teach the computer to understand the language as well as read text and data. So deep learning is focused on training deep which means many layered neural network models using back propagation algorithm. Deep learning technology. That's a kind of several layered language system using in computers for AI representation. So with this deep learning technology, the electric neural network is created. It's an artificial neuron network of our brain, something like that they created with several layers. And that several layered deep learning technology can analyze data by point million seconds. It can calculate the data. The third part says the future of work. Throughout history, there has been a complicated relationship between humans and machines. We have always worried about machines and it is always been fine. And we don't know how AI will change the labor force, but it will be okay. One day we will wake up and we will all be enslaved or forced to plug our brains to the AI. But it is nowhere close to displacing humans. 50% of jobs will be somewhat or extremely threatened by AI in the next 50 years or so. AI is not going to take blue collar jobs so quickly, but is actually going to take white collar jobs. So this is the threat with the jobs we are doing at present. So most of the white collar jobs can be done by these machines in the near future. And as according to the experts, it says that within 15 years, 50% of the professions can be outdated or can be done by the computers or AI supported machines. Now, look at this page. How does AI reshape our society? A society where surveillance technology is widely used to monitor people's everyday activities. The Longgang district of Shenzhen province in China is fully under surveillance. A giant monitor in the city control room provides the entire data of the district in real time. The availability of groundwater, 2 hospital beds, and how many new figures entered the district. Everything will be dated. It's amazing. The entire state should become under surveillance in the near future itself. Privacy should be a matter of the past. Each and every movement of the entire city could be recorded and analyzed properly and give alerts to the surveillance officers. Another city is in construction, fully equipped and infrastructured with automation technique, where no human effort is needed for transit. China is also planning to build a new city where everything will be done by AI supported machines. Housing, transportation and shopping, everything will be done by the machines only. Survival in AI era. The survival in AI era depends on not artificial intelligence but pure innovative intelligence of humans. We can give artificial intelligence for machines, but we should acquire innovative intelligence. One of the basic requirements of existence is money. And in the era of AI and machine learning, the rich are going to be more rich and poor more poor. Only people with the capitals can survive in the AI era. The standard of life should be determined by how analytically you can conceive ideas, how critically you can understand things, how innovatively you can manage your life. Only such a brand of people can gain capital in an era of AI. Let's move on to the next page. Conclusion. The book AI 2041 says, while humans are limited in the number of things they can pay attention to at once, a deep learning algorithm trained on an ocean of information will discover correlation between obscure features of the data that are too subtle or complex for we humans to comprehend, and which may not even be noticed. This will become a real challenge for the coming generation of people. With the support of deep learning technique in artificial intelligence, millions and millions of data can be analyzed within 0.1 million seconds. That is the advantage of this technology. So, some suggestions. To compete with the AI supported machines, human need the external support of controlling his neuron activities in the brain. An AI reinforced chip for the controlling of human brain with the support of electric currents produced in the brain itself is to be implanted or entrenched outwardly with each human. We can't compete with this machine. So, to compete with these machines, we should implant a chip inside our brain, and that chip should work with the electricity that produced in our own brain. Then only we can compete with these machines. How does a machine come to such a conclusion? To understand that, we should also get that process of neural work in our head from external or internal support. The coming era's biggest challenge is to set man to compete with the machine. Human brain is to take support of AI brain to solve the problems that these machines solving or creating. The super thinker will exist at any cost between them. So in the next generation, what we are going to see is a competition between these artificially supported machines and humans, and which one can think better, they can exist. This is the end of the project description. Now let us move on to the next section, student reflection. This section carries three parts: what happened, so what, and now what. Let us check what happened. For the project, I watched and listened to the documentary on AI streamed by Frontline, and read the book AI 2041, and visited and interviewed some of the experts in the field of machine language, and watched supportive materials and recorded the data from all sources. So what? Next step. This will help me to understand the competition between nations in the development process of artificial intelligence and its impact on our society. It also provides me with the opportunity to listen to native speakers' interaction. This type of exposure will enrich our listening and speaking ability. Next, and now what? I prepared a detailed report of the documentary and suggested my ways to improve the scenario and get ready in record for a viva. Now, photograph of the positive learning experiences of me. This is the screen in the district control room of China. The entire district's movements are observed from here. Then list of resources or bibliography. First, in the age of AI, fulfilling Frontline, streamed on 3rd December 2019. Its link is given here. Second, artificial intelligence and algorithms, pros and cons, DW documentary. DW is a German television channel and streamed in 2019. Its link is given here. Then AI 2041, author Chen Qufan. These are the resources or bibliography we used for this project. And the last page, thanks, the end. Script your comments in the comment section. I will give you replies. Thank you for watching this video, and if it is helpful, don't forget to share this with your friends. And don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you for watching till the end.